Alright, good afternoon everybody. This is Mike over at Disney Daily Time, and we are back with another resort tour. This time we are over at Disney's All-Star Movies Resort. We've been here one night. We'll be here for another couple of nights to check everything out. We kind of wanted to take y'all through it and show you kind of what the resort looks like. It is a value resort. It's one of the 3 All-Star resorts that are on property, kind of right here in this little area. This one obviously themed to movies. So let's go check it out. All right, before we actually go in, I did want to point out, so the bus stop is right out in the very front of the resort, very similar to the other All-Star resorts, so nothing overly unique there. You can see the little drive-through area for dropping off, unloading, and that sort of stuff. If you're coming in, be aware the Magical Express drops you off as well. So let's go inside the lobby now. Here is the lobby of All-Star Movies, and it's the overall building here where you come in is called Cinema Hall. And as you can see, there's a Christmas tree, lots of Christmas decorations. It is actually our Christmas vacation, so we're here for a few days. Standard setup for the All-Star resorts. You've got the kids waiting area. See, peace. You've got the lobby check-in area, which is all adorned. It has this really nice piney smell right now. It's kind of odd to me. I assume this is because of all the Christmas decorations that are out, and it doesn't normally smell like this. But if it does, that's fabulous because it smells very good to me. So then you've got the shop, which is called Double Feature. It's kind of your typical, I'd say, Disney gift shop. It's pretty large by some resort standards. So you've got all of that over in there. For dining in the main area of the resort, or the only resort, much like all other food courts, you will find world premiere food court. And so this is your only dining option here on resort grounds. You could walk over in theory to All-Star Movies, or I'm sorry, All-Star Music or All-Star Sports, because they have their own food courts, but they're not, I'll say, massively different from each other. We're not going to go inside here and show you everything. I just want to kind of show you what the area looks like. I'll give you an idea of what the menu here looks like, so you can kind of see what all the various options are. But the dining area is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It serves dinner, I think, until midnight, if I remember correctly. Let me look at it. Yeah, see, lunch, dinner from 11 a.m. to midnight. Yeah, so open a lot today. But you can kind of see all of the movie marquees, really fun little theme. We haven't eaten here yet. We're actually eating lunch here today, so I don't have any real thoughts on the food yet. But we'll have a blog post eventually on the dining options. Over here you see Silver Screen Spirits. So this is the bar. This is actually a pool bar. You can get stuff from the inside here, but also on the outside. There's some tables and chairs out there for eating and drinking as well. So it gives you an idea of what the food court sort of looks like. We'll go back out here into the main hallway and keep on the tour. I can only imagine that Anna and Elsa are going to be wanting a caricature if the caricature artist is still out here when we come for lunch. Over here, kind of before you exit the main building, this is where you'll find the arcade. This is called Real Fun Arcade. It's actually fairly large, so good options if your kids are into games. So I'll come out the back here, and you'll see you come out the back and you're immediately greeted by the Mickey statue that I'll talk about more when we get to the pool area. So I did want to show you, this is where the pool bar is over here. So you can, again, they got tables and chairs. Like I said, you can get a drink. Not a whole lot of people out here right now because it's about noontime and lots of people out at the parks, I would assume, and it's a little cool. Not cold, but a little cool. All right, so we're going to go down to the Mighty Ducks section of the resort, and we will continue the resort tour from there. So we are now over in the Mighty Ducks section of the resort. We're going to start on this side and kind of work our way from here all the way down to the Toy Story section, which is what we'll hit last. But if you haven't ever seen it, it's been a long time. The Mighty Ducks was a movie when I was actually a kid. It's about a team of youth hockey players. I admittedly have not probably seen that movie in about, I'd say 20 years, give or take, maybe even longer. So it's a little dated for kids of these days. I'm not sure how much it would resonate with them. My girls do not know squat about it, but that's not exactly movie they would watch. So one of the pool areas, the kind of quiet pool, if you want to call it that, is tucked back over in here. We actually have Anna and Elsa swimming in it right now. They are enjoying a down day. Much like many of the value resorts, they all kind of feature these, as we call them, the large set pieces. So in the case of here, you can see it's a very large hockey duck mask, which is kind of the logo for the Mighty Ducks themselves. And they were the inspiration for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks of the NHL. So here's the pool itself. You can kind of see it there. It's got this really fun, goofy statue. I'll zoom in a little bit as much as I can. Goofy in the net, tending goal. It's fun. Nice little touch for the area of the resort. Okay, so next up, we're going to head to the 101 Dalmatians section of the resort. So now I'm walking to the 101 Dalmatians section. It's right on the backside, or kind of next to the Mighty Ducks section. One thing I did want to point out that kind of put me off a little bit when the girls were swimming earlier, there's a smoking section right next to the pool, and if the wind's blowing in the right direction, it will blow smoke right into the pool area. So if you're put off by that, you may want to be mindful of it. Not the best design in my mind for a Disney resort. So enough with that. So this is now the 101 Dalmatians section. I really do enjoy the canine crunchies kind of weaved into the concrete area. It's really, really nice little touch. As you can see, the resort has all the Dalmatians. You can see Cruella up here on the top of the building. As you can tell, much like all the All-Star resorts and even the Little Mermaid suites, or not suites, the Little Mermaid rooms over at Art of Animation and all of Pop Century, the value resorts are these kind of more motel style looking resorts. So all the doors on the outside, kind of you got to walk through breezeways to get to them. They all feature these big set pieces. So lower price point, a little less theming, but if you can stay at Disney World for $120 a night, and maybe even less if you can find a deal, there's a good case for staying at these resorts. So enough about the kind of general stuff. We got the two big set pieces featuring the Dalmatians, and I like this little TV area over here. I won't take too much video of it since some people are there right now. But nice little area where you can do some photos for the family. The set pieces are really great to take photos of. I want to see what they look like tonight. I didn't get into the resort until about 1:30 or 2 last night because I stayed at Magic Kingdom. It was open till midnight. I watched the fireworks and then took pictures, and it was late. I was ready to go to bed. So that's kind of what the 101 Dalmatians section of the resort looks and feels like. And next up is the kind of main area. We're going to go over towards the Fantasia section. Before we get to Fantasia, I did want to point out one thing. One of the room differentiators in the resort are preferred rooms, so they're going to be closer to transportation or the pool and the main lobby. So in our case, we are actually staying in this part of the 101 Dalmatians room because we asked for a preferred room just to kind of help Carla get around a little bit. We're actually staying on the second floor right where the laundry cart is, right there in the view. So we actually have a room review about that room. I did that video yesterday when we got into the resort. So I'll put that in a card up top here right now if you want to see what the rooms look like inside. They've been recently renovated. I'd say probably in the last, probably year and a half. Disney's actually been doing an ongoing renovation of all of the All-Star movie or All-Star resort rooms. They started with movies. I believe they are close to done with music, if not already done, and kind of beginning work on All-Star Sports. So really nice room. Recommend you look at that video because they got a massive change that is making them look much, much better. The pool is right here. I'll get you a little bit closer here in 1 second. But as you can see, you have Fantasia over here and Fantasia on the other side kind of cozying up around it. So let's get a little closer to the pool and the resort. What you're looking back over here is the lobby for the building for All-Star Movies. Just want to kind of show you it is right in front of the pool, or the pool is right behind it, however you want to look at it. But this is the main pool area. I wanted to point out the Sorcerer Mickey big statue, artwork, whatever you want to call it, that's shooting water out. That is really cool. I've actually never seen a video on this resort, or even really a post that I've read. So that was a bit of a surprise for me. Really enjoyed it. I can't actually wait to come out and take pictures of it at night. Hopefully I'll get to do that. It's supposed to start raining here in a few hours. So we'll see if that actually gets to happen. But a really cool feature that I actually really like here. So let's now kind of walk down. So the Fantasia section of the resort is divided into two parts, or themed with two different movies. So there's the classic Fantasia, which you should recognize the mops and buckets of water from. You can see Sorcerer Mickey's hat right here. But the other side, if you look across, is called Fantasia 2000. So this was the update that they did for Fantasia 20 years ago, I guess. And I will readily admit I have actually never seen that movie. So I can't really offer a ton of insight, but you can see toy soldiers, what looks like a jester and the pop-up box, and ballerina, and more toy soldiers over here. So you got two sides of the Fantasia area. I will say one thing, just as a general comment, the rooms are not really themed to the resort itself, as Carla, and you can see that in the room video that I referenced earlier. You know, Carla pointed out that some of the headboards are themed to All-Star in general, where it's, you know, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, at least in our room, doing playing sports, movie stars, and then, you know, rock stars. So they kind of follow the sports, movies, and music theme. You can see a little thing of Donald and Daisy here. Probably another great place to come and take some pictures. And then as we make our way back into the back section of the resort, this is kind of just continuing on along the path behind the pool, you will find Herbie the Love Bug. This was something I loved to watch as a kid. Herbie was one of my favorites, if not the favorites. I did enjoy myself some bed knobs and broomsticks as well when I was growing up, so that may mean something to some of you, maybe not. Would love to hear in the comments below if any of y'all know what Herbie the Love Bug is, or bed knobs and broomsticks. Did you like any of them? So you can see, Herbie was a race car, if you're not familiar with them, a Beetle, and you can see the area of the resort is again themed to, Herbie himself. Got lots of tools and things related to cars, like the tires. That's kind of fun, and you got this really nice set piece of Herbie himself in the winner's circle, kind of in the middle. So can't get near it, unfortunately, because there's chains, so they don't want you getting right next to it. So you got to stand on the steps, sort of right next to it, and see what you can. It's really picturesque. Got the palm trees, really nice. Okay, so we're going to walk back up the resort to kind of where the kiddie splash pool is, so I can show you that. So we'll be back in 1 second. Before we get to the kiddie pool, I did want to show you on the back side of the pool area, if you're looking for a little other recreation, you can see that they've got some ping pong tables back in here, so you can come back here and play if you just kind of want to hang out for a little bit. I'll show you a little bit more of the pool as we sort of walk by it. You can see what the pool area looks from this angle. And as you get past the pool, or kind of alongside the pool, and heading back toward Cinema Hall, this is where you're going to find the kiddie splash area. So I won't go in there. There was a family in there. Yeah, there's still people in there kind of chilling and hanging out. So you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like over here. So there's two sides to it. This one's more of just a splash area right down there. And then over here on this side, which we'll get a little closer to, so you can see we've got kind of shooting streams of water that kids can go run through and have fun with. So again, it's kind of right next to the Fantasia pool, just outside of Cinema Hall. Okay, we're going to go to the next area of the resort, which is the Toy Story section. So one thing I did want to point out on the way to the Toy Story section, and just so you have a point of reference, when you come out of the back of Cinema Hall, if you make a left, you go to the Toy Story section. You make a right, you go towards 101 Dalmatians and Mighty Ducks. And if you go straight, that takes you to Fantasia and the Herbie the Love Bug section. So one thing I did want to point out, you kind of see me walking down this path. This is how you can get to the kids' play area. It's kind of hidden back in here. It's a nice area, got sand and stuff to play in, slides. It's got, you know, 2 good-sized playscapes, as you can see. So they, you know, they've got the kids covered if they don't want to swim, or if it's cool like it is now. Carla brought Anna and Elsa actually over to the Fantasia pool a little bit ago to let them swim in it, and they left it because they said it was too cold. So I'm not sure if the heater's not working in it. They said the Mighty Ducks pool was much more heated and better for them temperature wise, at least. So it's right back over here on the back side of the pool. So now we're going to go ahead and walk on over here into the Toy Story section. All right, I have to say, when I walked the resort earlier this morning, I was really kind of, frankly, a little blown away by the theming in the Toy Story section. As you can see, the rooms themselves are kind of the same basic thing, exterior doors with kind of, you know, theming on the rails of the walkways. And they're nice, but nothing unbelievable, I would say. But when you get back here, you can notice we're going into Andy's room. Although he does say keep out, which isn't very hospitable of him, except for Molly. I'm not Molly, but that's okay. But you come back in here, and it's like entering Andy's room to some degree. Have the giant set piece of Woody over there, and then we've got, you know, Buzz hanging out looking over things, and the Green Army Men on the shelf. You got these nice big toy blocks that spell out Buzz. You got the same ones over here that spell out Woody. I'll go over that. Then you got Bo Peep and Rexy looking out over things, being as ferocious as Rexy can be, I guess. And there's the Woody toy block spelling out his name. You got the other side of the room, which is that exterior window that the toys are always looking out. You know, I think keeping watch over everybody and everything. And then you've got the kind of quasi chessboard with Mickey ears all over it. Like I said, I was really surprised by this in terms of just how quality the theming was for a value resort. Within that context, I really like it. I kind of wish we had stayed back in here now. I don't think these are preferred rooms, not 100% sure about that. But I really, really like how this area of the resort is done. You can come over here and you can see Andy is written on Woody's boot. So we got lots of really good theming going on back in here. So with that, I think we are done. Only 2 pools at this resort, just like the other all-star resorts. You've got the main pool, which here is the Fantasia pool, and then you've got the Mighty Ducks pool, which serves more as the quiet pool. Hope you enjoyed the resort tour. We did do some other resort videos. I'll link to a few of them here at the end, probably the Art of Animation one that we did. And I'll throw in another one here. I don't know which one at this point. If you liked the video, you found it helpful, useful, we'd appreciate it if you gave a like and share it with anyone that you think would find it beneficial. If you like what we're doing here on the channel, please subscribe, hit that button. You'll get notified every time we have a new video come out, which we're trying to be more and more consistent about, getting one out every week. With that said, we appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks. Bye.